Hello, dear friends. Welcome to online study. So, as we were reading lesson number two, The Adventures of Toto from Moment book, which is written by Ruskin Bond. So, in previous videos, we have explained many paragraphs. So, let's continue with the next paragraph. Okay. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey, Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. So here, stable means building set apart and adopted for keeping horses. Halter means a strap or loop placed around the head of a horse or other animal used for leading or tethering it. So here the writer's grandmother finally came to know of Toto's presence in the house. She allotted him space in the stable, along with the family donkey Nana. On the first night in the stable, grandfather visited Toto, where he found Nana restless. He was pulling its rope in order to stay away from the heap of hay. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, and she jumped back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Haunches means back. Grandfather hit Nana on the back in order to stop it. Nana jumped back with a jerk, and Toto was dragged along with her. Toto and Nana never became friends. A great A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large ball of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath. First one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once, once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So, in the winter season, in the winter season, Toto enjoyed having a warm bath. He would pretend it. He would pretend to be selfish, and before starting his bath, he would check the temperature of the water, as we do. He would copy the writer and stepped into the tub as we always do, one foot at a time. Finally, he would sit in the water with his face out of it. Then he would rub himself with soap. When the water became cold, he would run out of it to the stove in the kitchen in order to dry himself. Toto got annoyed. If he was laughed upon, he would get hurt and then refused to take bath. The writer recollects an incident when Toto had almost boiled himself. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got it, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him hauled, half boiled out of the kettle. Here, this hauled means pulled him out. So, in a large kettle, water was boiling on the stove. Toto climbed up to the stove and removed the lid from it. He felt that the water was warm enough for him to take a bath. He entered the kettle with his head out of it. When the water started boiling, it became hot for Toto. He thought of coming out of the kettle, but as the temperature outside was cold for him, he stayed in it. Toto kept on jumping in the kettle for a while. It was when the writer's grandmother arrived that she took the half boiled monkey out of the kettle. So, thank you so much, my dear students. In next video, I will explain the next paragraph.